Welcome or welcome back. Welcome to me. I've been gone a while. I'm Michael Storm, the anarchist of comic books and co owner of Amazing Fantasies comic book store here in Topeka, Kansas. Wherever you're finding this, do me a favor and optic blast that like button and that subscribe button. Let us know that you're out there. Follow along. If you ever get a chance, come see us in Topeka, Kansas. Visit the store. It's a really great place. I believe you will find, if not what you're looking for, something you can't live without, maybe. Like I mentioned, I've been out of this a little bit, but I'm back, and it's time for a review. And I thought this would be a great one. I wanted to break the ice, come back with something on Batman number 4, the volume 4, number 4, where they introduce anarchy, and yeah, it was just too disappointing. So I decided let's check out something more interesting, but from the same world, if you will. Absolute Batman number 15 is out this Wednesday, and it is the first Joker. And so everybody it's highly anticipated. Nobody knows anything about the Joker. He's just now being introduced ultimately. And of course, this is the Scott Snyder, the universe, the Snyder universe, I guess you could say. And you have Jock on the art, and of course Frank Martin with the crayons. And I say that, but I don't mean any disrespect, not at all. I remember when I say things like that, I'm being silly, I'm being fun. I'm an artist myself. In multiple mediums. I'm not sitting around creating things all the time, but it is absolutely something I am capable of doing and love to do when I get the time, when I get the feel, when I get the inspiration. As oh, I'm going to create something, and I do. I'm also multiple instrument musician as well. So when I speak that way, I'm not at all disrespecting the people. I'm just having fun and playing with words and doing what I do. And so I thought it'd be great to come look at this new Joker and see what it's all about. And there are all these great covers and everything, because Absolute Batman is hot. The Absolute Universe is hot. The entire Absolute line, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, all of it. They're all doing really well. Some of them have been a little bit slower to develop than the others, but Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman have been just spot on. They've been huge hits, popular with everybody. They're the biggest sellers in our store right now. They're outselling Spider-Man, which is super rare. Amazing Spider-Man has been traditionally our number 1 seller, but Absolute Batman took that over, and Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman are just right behind as well. So the Absolute universe is it's absolutely fantastic, and everybody, it's been crazy. We've put together bundle after bundle of complete runs, or what was complete at the time, of the Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, all of them, and we've just been selling through them and selling through them. And then people come back to us and they mention, hey, I bought this here for $60. They're selling for $300-400 for this same set on eBay right now. And I say, yeah, I know. that's that's just how it goes. But there were all these great covers in there, and there's of course the A cover, the Dragotta cover, which is the one that everybody is familiar with, if you're familiar with it at all, that has shown the Joker so far. There've been some other hints, but this has been the one that they've been showing around for sure. And the Joker kind of looks like a Jersey Devil kind of thing, and just sort of a demon kind of right out of hell. And that stands to reason inside the Absolute universe, where everything's kind of a little bit upside down, at least in the terms of the Batman story. He's not rich. Alfred's not his butler. In fact, it's the rich guys that have the mansions and caves under their mansions, and Batman isn't one of them. Bruce Wayne is not that person. And so it's fitting that the opposite of Bruce Wayne in the story is still the opposite of Bruce Wayne in any other Batman story, just as it is here, or is shaping up to be anyway. And so I ended up grabbing the Ben Oliver cover. There was a great Boland cover and a green cover as well, but I settled on the Oliver cover. I thought it was because, and I only mention it because I just love the way DC does the covers, the way they've been doing the covers for a while now. I almost invariably spend the extra dollar, and this is why they do it, I spend the extra buck or whatever it is. It's usually just a buck, and I get the B cover or the C cover or the D cover or whatever it is, because I get the A cover too. The A cover's on the inside, and it's just awesome. They've been doing it. They do it on most of their books now, and it's really really cool. And there are some other publishers have picked up on that along the way too, and I've seen it in a couple other places now, and it's a wonderful trend. I would love to encourage it. So they're laying the groundwork here for the Joker. That's what we're talking about. He hasn't been introduced yet, so they introduce him, and what it ultimately is Alfred telling a story that he's tied into from back in his days in MI6, and what he was able to pull up on this family, on the Grimm family, Joseph Jack Grimm, the first, this vaudevillian who became famous and rich. Started his own theater called the Just Kidding, J.K. Yeah, and becomes rich investing in films and his little clubs, and he's the member of all the great men's clubs in the area, and there in Gotham and other places. As they go from one place to another. In their history, I guess, and it's this whole history of this Grimm family, but then Batman's like, hey, let's do this thing, get down to it, tell me the real story. What is it? Why are you beating around the bush on this? Why won't you just come out and say what you mean to say? And so they get down to it. They do, and what you get is something of a trope story, a typical story of the sort of wealthy families with questionable ties, funding both sides of wars, controlling news and information. They, sort of literally providing aid to the aid workers and providing support to the warlords who steal the aid from the aid workers. That kind of super gangster family stuff. And just really at the heart of a lot of evil and destruction throughout history in this absolute universe. And so that's what Alfred is telling him about Grimm and about this Joker, and the question isn't who the Joker is. We know who the Joker is. The real question is sort of what is the Joker. There's more to it than just a man and some makeup and some sort of deranged thoughts. There's a sort of history, a family history here that extends for generations back to 1888 at least. That's when the first Jack Grimm pops up as a street performer, and he gets very very popular, and his popularity is sort of it's not honestly earned, we can say, and it starts a very deadly and dangerous trend in a character right on up to today. There is one mention of Gateway City in the story, and of course that alludes to issue 16 that's coming up in the first crossover there with Wonder Woman. So that's it. That's your Batman. No spoilers there. It's the story. The story is inside the story. Those things that I tell you, that's just the framework. I'm not giving anything away. You can pick up Absolute Batman number 15 in stores on Wednesday. And, if you can't get one, I suppose you could hit me up at AmazingFantasies.com. And as I say, if you're ever in Topeka, Kansas, stop in the store and see us sometime.